Over the next few minutes, we are going to decode the rational decision-making model. We will be taking a business perspective as we share with you the following. Number 1. The consequence of decisions. Deeper understanding the rational decision-making model. 3. The model in action. Making the decision and the benefits of the model. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do so now. It helps our channel grow and enables us to keep producing high-quality videos designed to help our viewers realize and maximize your unique potential. So first, the consequence of decisions. Have you ever wondered how some businesses make decisions that catapult them to success, while others seem to falter at every step? It's a question that has puzzled many, and the answer often lies in the approach to decision-making. Every decision we make, whether in our personal lives or in business, has a consequence. Some decisions can lead to success, while others can lead to failure. The difference between the two outcomes often boils down to one crucial element: the method used to arrive at the decision. Effective decision-making is an art, and like any art, it requires practice and a solid framework. This is where the rational decision-making model comes into play. This model is a systematic approach to decision-making, which assumes that decision-makers are rational beings who aim to maximize their outcomes by carefully analyzing all available information. Picture a business contemplating the launch of a new product. Numerous factors come into play, from market research and financial projections to potential risks and rewards. The rational decision-making model provides a roadmap for navigating this complex terrain, helping businesses make decisions that are grounded in logic and careful analysis rather than gut instinct or haste. But it's not just about businesses. We can apply the same principles to our personal lives too. Whether we're deciding on a career move, a significant purchase, or even our next holiday destination, the rational decision-making model can guide us towards decisions that maximize our happiness and success. However, poor decision-making can have serious consequences. Businesses can lose customers, money, and reputation. In our personal lives, we can end up with regret, dissatisfaction, or financial loss. That's why understanding and implementing the rational decision-making model is so critical. The power of effective decision-making cannot be overstated. It's the key to success in business and personal life, and it's within everyone's reach. The rational decision-making model is a tool that can help us achieve this success. The model assists businesses and individuals in making sound decisions, but how does it actually work? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this fascinating model in the next segment. The rational decision-making model is a systematic, step-by-step process that organizations and individuals utilize to make informed decisions. Now let's break down this process into its constituent steps. The first step is identifying the problem. This is the foundation of the whole process. Without a clear understanding of the issue at hand, we're like a ship without a compass. For example, a business might identify a decline in sales as a problem that needs addressing. Next comes the gathering of information. This step involves collecting relevant data to better understand the problem and its context. For instance, the same business could examine sales data, customer feedback, and market trends to ascertain why their sales are falling. Once we have a solid grasp of the problem and its context, we move on to generating alternatives. This is where creativity comes into play. We brainstorm different approaches to tackle the problem. Perhaps our business considers launching a new product line, or maybe they contemplate investing more in marketing. After we've brainstormed a number of potential solutions, it's time to evaluate these alternatives. This involves assessing each solution's feasibility, potential impact, and the resources it requires. The business might use financial projections, market research, and risk assessments to evaluate each alternative. Finally, after all this groundwork, we arrive at making a decision. This is where we choose the most promising alternative based on our evaluation. Our business might decide to launch a new product line if the financial projections are favorable, and the market research indicates a demand for such a product. Every step of this process is crucial. Skipping a step or rushing through it can lead to poor decisions. The rational decision-making model is not about speed, but about thoroughness and clarity. It ensures that the decisions we make are not just gut reactions, but are well thought out and informed. Now that we understand the steps involved in the rational decision-making model, let's delve deeper into its application in real-world situations. Consider the case of a business deciding whether to launch a new product. The first step, identifying the problem. Let's imagine a mid-sized tech company. They've noticed a drop in their market share, and believe a new product could reverse this trend. That's their problem, a decrease in market share. It's crucial to define the problem clearly because all subsequent steps depend on this initial understanding. If the problem isn't accurately identified, the whole decision-making process might veer off course. Now let's move on to the second step, gathering information. This step is all about arming yourself with knowledge. The company needs to dig deep into their situation, examining their market, their competition, their own capabilities and resources. They'll look at market trends, consumer behavior, and technological developments. They'll also consider their own strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is a thorough, often meticulous process. It's about leaving no stone unturned because the quality of the decision they make will be directly proportional to the quality of the information they gather. However, one important thing to remember is that gathering information is not just about quantity, but also about quality. It's not enough to have a mountain of data. The information needs to be relevant, accurate, and up-to-date. The company needs to ensure they're not making decisions based on outdated trends or inaccurate data. Neglecting to gather sufficient and relevant information can lead to disastrous consequences. It's like trying to navigate through a dense forest with a map that's 20 years old. You might end up lost or worse in a situation you're ill-prepared to handle. So the importance of this step cannot be overstated. Having identified the problem and gathered information, the business now needs to generate potential solutions. Remember, the rational decision-making model is about maximizing outcomes, and this next step is where the creative juices really start to flow. But more on that in the next segment. Stay tuned. With a clear understanding of the problem and all relevant information at hand, the business can now generate and evaluate potential solutions. Let's delve into the next two steps of the rational decision-making model: generating alternatives and evaluating alternatives. These steps are where the magic happens. They are the crux of the model, and they contribute significantly to making a well-informed decision. Imagine a company considering launching a new product. In the phase of generating alternatives, the company needs to brainstorm potential solutions. This might include launching the product as is, tweaking the product to better fit the market, or even deciding to scrap the product entirely. It's essential to be creative and open-minded during this stage. The more alternatives generated, the higher the chances of finding an optimal solution. Once the alternatives have been generated, it's time to evaluate them. This is where the company needs to roll up its sleeves and get down to the nitty-gritty. Each alternative must be scrutinized and assessed against the defined objectives. What are the potential benefits of each alternative? What are the potential risks? How does each alternative align with the company's strategic goals? These are the questions that need to be answered. To facilitate this process, the company might use various tools and techniques such as cost-benefit analysis, SWOT analysis, or even predictive analytics. The goal is to gather as much data as possible to provide a comprehensive view of each alternative. This rigorous evaluation process ensures that the company is not jumping into decisions blindly. Instead, it is making a deliberate, well-informed decision based on a thorough understanding of all available options. It takes the guesswork out of decision-making and replaces it with logic, evidence, and rationality. This is the power and beauty of the rational decision-making model. It encourages businesses to be proactive, to consider all potential outcomes, and to make decisions that are not only beneficial in the short term, but also sustainable in the long run. With all alternatives generated and evaluated, the business is now ready to make a decision. The final step in the rational decision-making model is making the decision. But what are the benefits of this model? Well, let's wrap up our business case and delve into that. Having gathered all necessary information, considered all possible alternatives, and evaluated each based on their potential impact, it's time to make the decision. This is the culmination of the process, the moment where theory meets practice. It's not just about choosing an option, it's about choosing the best option, the one that maximizes the potential for success and minimizes potential risks. But what sets the rational decision-making model apart from other decision-making processes? Why should businesses and organizations adopt this model? The answer lies in its inherent benefits. Firstly, the model promotes transparency. By following a structured process, every decision made is backed by a trail of information, analyses, and evaluations. This not only makes it easier to justify decisions to stakeholders, but also helps in holding decision-makers accountable. Secondly, the model helps in reducing bias. Decision-making, especially in a business context, can often be influenced by individual biases. However, by focusing on factual information and objective evaluation, the rational decision-making model ensures decisions are based on facts, not feelings. And finally, the model ensures well-informed decisions. In a world where information is power, making decisions without fully understanding the implications can be risky. But with the rational decision-making model, every decision is informed by thorough research and careful consideration of all available information. So there you have it. The rational decision-making model isn't just a tool for making decisions, it's a tool for making the best decisions. It promotes transparency, reduces bias, and ensures well-informed decisions. Next time you're faced with a decision, remember the rational decision-making model. It may just be the tool you need to make the best decision possible. See you next time!